nothing. I'm gonna do. I gotta do. I gotta. So I can do it.
Niggas said they.
All right, welcome to another edition of TDFS presents the Whoabouts. We're gonna be bringing it in to you guys in a little bit, taking a few seconds here. We're running a little bit behind, about 9:05, but that's my fault. But without further ado, we have a special guest tonight. But as any other episode, any other time, I absolutely have to introduce my co-host, Jasper the Filmy. What's going on, Jasper?
What's up, fam? What you got going on?
Hey, man, another day, another dollar. We still in the trenches here, dealing with COVID and everything, and
yeah,
at the election, all that. But we're not gonna get into all of that.
just, if you watch it, just go out and vote. That's the key thing.
There you go. I think that's our best message as far as that. Everybody just needs to
get
get out and
everything,
vote.
beginning to the end.
Get out and vote. If you got the power to do so, make sure that you do it. Folks, tonight we have a very special guest. And as you see on the screen, I hope you're all excited. I hope you're all, ready to, to grab some gems, pick up your pens, your paper. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's special guest all the way from New York City is Nymrod.
New Yak.
The MC. Nymrod, you there, brother?
I'm there, baby. How you doing?
Oh, there we go. Let me bring you in. Let me bring you in so the people can enjoy the whole splendor of what's going on here. That looks like, as being a cigar lover, I always enjoy a good stick, man. What you got there?
I'm here. I'm smoking on that weed.
Oh, okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's a loaded cigar, bro.
Whew.
That weed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, baby?
Hey, if anything, I would say this much: that brings people together. So I'm all about it.
You know this out of me, bro. Yo, get my shit. I gotta go to my Zoom. Y'all fucking me up, man. I gotta.
Hey, we live, y'all. Y'all gotta hear. Y'all gotta hear. We live. This is how we do it every time on the Whoabouts. So, I had to dive into this. Jump into this rather
You coming out?
right off the bat. And I think Jasper, you can appreciate this too. So the name Nymrod has great significance to it. And I was wondering if you could break that down to the people.
Well, if nobody don't know, a lot of people be like Nymrod stands for ignorance and all this, that, and the third, which you don't. Nymrod was Noah's grandson in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And he means a king. He's a king of his own destiny. You know what I mean? That's what Nymrod stands for. And that's why I try to protect the people and let them know what it means. You know what I'm saying? Nymrod is a king. He's a master of his own destiny. There's a lot more to it, but that's what I take from it. You understand what I'm saying? So my brother, when I was like 6 years old, he started calling me Nymrod. He was very into the Bible, and things of that nature. So he started calling me that, and I never knew what it meant. And I finally got a chance to find out what it means, and it fits. You understand me? Because I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. I'm a king. So it fits me perfectly.
Yeah, and I think it also alludes to being protected as well too.
Exactly.
Very dope. That's very dope. So, I know this is tough times. We brought up COVID in the beginning and everything. I mean, the whole COVID pandemic, it shocked many industries. It hit home for a lot of us throughout the world.
Right.
How have you adjusted to it?
I own other businesses, besides music. So it didn't hurt me at all. I got my own stock market business and my own real estate business. So it didn't hurt me as much as it hurt a lot of other artists. I can't say this without saying this. Um, any artist, my artist, federal, I tell them you need to have other businesses besides music.
Yeah.
So, and any artists out there, like real artists, know that music does provide a decent income if you're one of the mainstream artists. But if you're an upcoming artist, you need to have other businesses besides just making music.
Yeah.
So, I've had a lot of other businesses. I'm a partner in a moving company, so it didn't hurt me really. I mean, it hurt me more of losing family members than financially. You know what I
Understood.
mean? But yeah, and I still make music. I would still put music out. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a big EP coming. You know, but I'm still putting music out and still was creating music. So, financially, it didn't hurt. Um, of course, it hurt, like not being able to go out to shows and mingle with people and all that. You know what I mean? But like, financially, it didn't hurt.
And I was actually going to ask you that from the artist perspective, because that is tough to be out seeing people doing summits and getting out there, because it's part of the culture of being an artist. So what is it like now for you with some of the shows that because are you still performing any shows? You got any lined up or set up?
We got a bunch. I did about, since the COVID broke, I did about maybe 12 to about maybe 15 shows so far. It's okay, but a lot of people don't come out because they're scared, as they should be. Uh, so you don't get the full effect. If I was getting a check for 500 or 1,000, now I'm getting 500 if it was 1,000. Now I'm getting 250. So it hurts that part. Like I said, I have other businesses that cover my financial situation. So it again, I like vibing with people. I love people that be nodding their head while I'm up on stage doing my thing. But, it gave me more of an opportunity to become one with myself and build with me more. Being locked in the house and not being around people. So it ain't hurt, but it hurt. If that make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Good question too. Did you have a follow up, Jasper?
No, I mean, I thought, that was the first thing that came to my mind for sure. Definitely, man.
And
I get
interesting.
exactly what it means too.
You know what? Interesting enough too. You brought up the stock market, and some of the biggest activity has been going on in the stock market since April 20th of this year. When we noticed the crash, and yet in that same instance, Apple had another one of their biggest splits. They went from a 7-1 split to a 4-1 split this year.
Right.
Now something like that. I'm not going to ask you a question that people should pay you for your information, but looking at something like that, there's a large group of us out here that need information on financial. I'm sorry, on what's the best way to put it? I guess you could say financial literacy and being
Mm-hmm.
able to establish wealth and stuff like that. As far as getting yourself to this point, were you more into the stuff like the rich dad, poor dads, the guerrilla marketing, the richest man in Babylon and stuff like that? Like what sparked your interest on that and led you in that direction?
Well, for the stock market,
Hmm.
I had a different stocks that I was dealing with. Global Down is one of them. Touch Base in Russia was another one. So those are the ones that I focused on. Uh, and I tell people, not long term right now.
Hmm.
Don't do no long term.
Hmm.
I tell people day trade is the best way to go. Be a day trader. You in and out. You make a couple of hundred here, then get out and go over here. Make a couple of thousand here, can get out and go over here.
Yeah.
Day trading is the best situation right now. Long term is not. Why? Because everything is still down as far as COVID.
Yeah.
We don't know what tomorrow's going to be. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right now in New York City, they're starting to shut stuff down again. You understand?
I
So
knew that
by
was going
that
to happen.
situation, like tomorrow, we can be if the numbers go high enough, we can be at zero again, all over again. The stock market took a big hit, a very big hit. But again, I knew a couple of back doors. Russia didn't take a hit. So I started investing my money into a lot of Russian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now Russia now has taken a hit, but I already got my money and I'm out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Now Russia is like when you heard of COVID, you didn't hear nothing about Russia. You didn't hear nothing about Alaska.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So those are the markets that I quickly jumped on.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money.
Yeah, he has the proof on his chest, by the way.
Shiny baby.
I made a lot of money, baby. I went and I got me new bracelet, a federal for the Fs. I made a lot of money. You understand me? Quietly.
Yeah.
But again, it's because you got to know the business.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not something that comes overnight. I got a great partner, Eric from LA. I've been working with this guy for over 3 years. He's taught me everything I know. This man, I had a conversation with him just to talk about something off base a little bit. I had a conversation with him about a month ago. He said, yo, when we was doing the numbers, he's like, man, I lost like 6.5. I said, 6.5 what? He said 6.5 million. He's like, maybe I'll make that shit up next year. It was nothing to him. If I lost 6.5, I'll jump off the roof. You understand me? That's crazy. But why? Because the business is very lucrative and you have to know the stock market. And I've took the time out to learn it. So my point being, to say all that, to say this, is you just got to know your business. I've learned the stock market very well. And I tell anybody that's trying to get in the stock market, you need to be a day trader. Find a couple of different businesses that are not hurting. Don't jump on it because, I heard that Nike and, Apple, they opened their shit back up because it dropped down so much. Don't jump on that. Because, again, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You understand me? Tomorrow we can be right back in the pandemic and everything is going to drop down way worse than what it dropped down.
Yeah.
So just be smart. Anybody want to know about stock market, come hit me. I get you a couple of $1,000. Just recommend me, baby. That's all I ask. You understand? Just hit me up.
But really, man, it really is it's good for one, it's good to hear that side too. Someone that just kind of speaks out saying, know your business and make it work. But it's definitely needed even more and more, man. So, I mean, he might get a call from me, to be quite honest with you, man.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you, baby. Man, I get you a couple thousand in the pocket.
I mean, man, you're tucking in a bracelet. So I mean, like literally, like you got to be doing something right.
I'm trying to tuck it in, man. I don't even know my name no more. They're calling me handsome. You understand?
And he had his little pinky out too while he was doing it.
It's all right. It's all right to be rich, baby. Hey, not rich. It's all right to be comfortable. You understand me? Be comfortable in what you do.
That's a fact.
People look at me and they say, yo, is that music money? No. A lot of this is not. I make good money off of music. I'm a thousandaire. But I got other businesses. Any artist, listen, let me tell you something. Any smart artist will tell you I invested my money in other things. Music ain't making these guys money. When you see the Meek Mills, the Jay-Z's, the Drakes, all these guys that's up here, holding wads of cash, 9 times out of 10, it didn't come from the music business. It came from their investments. And a lot of these people are investing in the stock market. That's where it came from. So, don't believe the hype. These niggas ain't out here getting millions of dollars off of records. Don't believe the hype.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. And the crazy thing about all of this too is like, just as you mentioned, it's mentioned in business and just creating wealth anyway. You got to have more than 5 irons in the fire.
Seven.
At least 7.
Yeah, 7 is the number. Yeah.
Seven lucrative businesses you gotta have.
Yeah.
7.
Makes complete
I
sense. And I
come on.
look at people like you know what's crazy? Like I kind of align some of the things that I seen with you, like even from your the latest release that I seen, the worst. Um, well, I believe the other artist in there with you was Durga. Am I right?
Durga, Durga Valley, she a problem. She right over there in the parking lot, goddamn it. She's a
Yo,
problem.
that was so real to me, and it was like I was waiting for somebody to jump on that beat. Cause I'm like, yo, I'm surprised nobody
Nobody
smashed this yet.
touched it, bro. Nobody's never touched it.
You remember back in the day, like with the R&B beats, like or Mary J. Blige did a collab with a couple of people. That's when I seen it the most, like in the '90s, like she had Smith and Wesson,
Yes.
on there. Who else did she have on there?
Turn right on West Montauk Highway.
But anyway, like stuff like that. So you got that, and then you have the hustle part of it, which we seen a lot in the '90s, especially with the key, the key term or the key phrase, invented the remix. Seen that a lot with Diddy, and Diddy
Mm-hmm.
was like a smart businessman. Well, he still is, in fact, and he's doing a lot of some of the things that you're speaking of. Has he influenced you in any type of way musically, and also as far as being an entrepreneur as well?
I interned, if you don't know, I don't know if it's in my bio or anything that you guys got. I interned at Bad Boy for 2 months.
Okay.
I learned a lot of business from Diddy. Okay. That's how I opened up my business federal. Diddy
That's
is a
dope.
tight businessman. This is also where I got involved in the stock market. Diddy is a top shareholder in a lot of companies.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola being one of them, and you guys don't even know that.
Wow.
So
I definitely didn't know
I
that.
did not
Wow.
know that.
Diddy is one of the top shareholders quietly in Coca-Cola.
But yeah, he has generations that are set practically because of that.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, just being one of the top shareholders in Coca-Cola quietly, he's paid for life. You don't need Bad Boy. You
Mm.
don't need nothing else. If y'all don't remember, if y'all can go back in the days when Diddy first came out, he had Coca-Cola in his joint. That was the first he ever did with Coca-Cola. If y'all go back in one of his videos, I can't remember which one it was, he had Coca-Cola in it. He did a commercial.
Oh wow.
One of the top shareholders in Coca-Cola. And by me just being there, being ear hustling
Yeah.
and listening, I maybe had 1, 2 conversations with the boss man. But just to see how he operated, that's what made me want to get in the stock market business once again. So Diddy is a very big influence on Corey Stokes, aka Nymrod, as being a businessman.
That makes
Very
sense, brother. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And to back that up too, like collaboration. When I hear collaboration, to me, it's more than just a feature on the song and stuff like that. It's
right.
business decisions. It's it's just kind of like market testing and things like that. How importantly do you rate that as far as stuff that's more behind the scenes as opposed to musically?
If the behind the scenes wasn't there, behind the scenes is more like I feel like it's 80% of the business.
Mm.
So uh, if it wasn't for behind the scenes, a lot of the business wouldn't be there. I feel that's just my personal opinion. Some people may tell me I may be wrong. That's fine. That's my opinion. Just like I'm at a video shoot now, the behind the scenes pictures and videos and everything else like that helps what we're doing. So I feel that plays a big part. And some people be like, no, and that's fine. You are, gravitated to your opinion. But my opinion is I feel like behind the scenes is a very big deal. I've had so many people that I can name, my PR, my assistant manager. You don't know these people, but they're behind the scenes making me look great. So that's a real big part of this
Oh,
business.
and before I forget, shout out to MJ.
Shout out to MJ.
Big shout
She,
out to
hey girl, I owe you a piece. I owe you a steak. You know, like,
MJ.
you know, how do you say that? filet mignon, filet. You know what I'm saying?
Jasper, I feel like the wheels was turning with you as far as behind the scenes stuff. The cool thing about what I like when it comes down to what you have to offer as far as that is like you show it in your visuals. So like that last video that you did, Jasper, it was some of the behind the scenes like the bloopers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Can you add to that too?
Well, man, it's something when, sometimes when you can tell the story of how you're telling the story is sometimes greater than the story, believe it or not. Because, people sometimes take for granted, like, like he said it, people take for granted that you see an artist sometimes on stage or you see them, wherever. It took a team of people a lot of times to schedule that artist to be there. You know,
Right.
it took a team of people to put together that video. It took a team of people to probably put together that artist's wardrobe. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big one to try to document, what's happening on the back end because man, and even too, just from the growth perspective, like there is some stuff that I had done 10, 12 years ago and I was just like taking pictures of things that we were doing, and then I look back and I see people that I haven't seen in years, things that was my little my little Canon Pixar shot camera. Like looking back and seeing some of the early work kind of lets you help you also see personally where you've come to.
Hmm.
You know.
I agree with you. I agree. That's the truth.
That makes total sense. And you know another thing, brother, Nimrod, like this question is directed to you, brother. So one thing that I noticed as far as that you also do as far as like the remixes, which I think is super dope. Um, Great part of hip hop is the freestyle. So
Mm.
just impromptu, send them home with something. Don't give them everything. Just send them home with something and staying consistent with stuff like that. Let me ask you this: as far as the journey from dropping "I Am" all the way up to the last project that I heard, which I think was a predicate.
Mhm.
How do you feel? And this is a conversation that I usually hear. Like you said, behind the scenes. What do you think the difference between New York rap now and New York rap? Maybe 10, 20 years ago.
It's not authentic. I feel New York has lost their identity. When I used to listen to New York, I used to know it was New York. I knew it was New York from LA. I knew it was New York like from Compton. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? When Compton came on, I knew that was Easy E. I knew that was Dre. I knew that was NWA. You understand me? I
Mm-hmm.
know the difference. Now when I get on, I don't know who the fuck was from where. I ain't even know Pop Smoke was from Brooklyn. I thought this was a down south nigga. God rest his soul. No disrespect. It's just there's no identity to music no more. And that's where, again, talking about myself, because I can only speak about me, that's why I bring the different flavor to it. I bring New York where it need to be. I'm not going to ever do no trap music to fit in. I'm not going to never do that country shit to fit in. I'm always going to keep it here. It's where this is music to me. You know what I mean? They say music change with time. I get that shit. But I remember music back in the day from Marley Marl. I
Mm-hmm.
remember music back in the day from Slick Rick.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? I remember music back in the day from Dougie Fresh. I was a baby, but I remembered it. And the one thing that stuck out to me, they rapped.
Yeah.
Now let's fast forward. I remember music from Das Effects. I remember music from Wu-Tang. I remember music. Now the beats may change, but they always rap. And now let's fast forward to this bullshit now. They not rapping. That ain't rap music. I hear Flex jump on, and I'm disgusted with him. I've told him that to his face. I don't give a fuck. You ain't never got to play my music. This is what New York's supposed to sound like. And you playing a bunch of trap, fuck shit, Flex. That's not what New York sound like. We don't sound like that. But I guess a nigga gave you 10 grand to say this is what New York sound like. It's not right. That ain't New York. It's a bunch of trash, trap music. And that's fine. That's down south music. That's not New York music. I ain't never been in no trap. And I've hustled in a lot of spots. But I know niggas in down south that's been in the trap. We don't talk. We don't talk like that. My nigga, I'm in the hood, in the building. That's how we talk. I ain't in no trap. That's a house, a vacant house. I ain't getting no house until I was 24. And I brought me a house. I was in the projects. You understand me? I'm in the building, in the back of the lobby. So, bottom line, it's not authentic.
Do you think it's more of the sound, just like I know what you mean, but just so that the people watching can understand, because before, you would hear break beats, you would hear the dirty sound of an SP 1200, or if you take it far back enough, like how you said, just the beatbox, the actual beatbox that is programmed like a drum machine. Now, like some of those sounds, yeah, they come from some of the older stuff, like the 808 kits and stuff like that. So is it more the production, or do you think it's more just like
it's the lyric?
Okay.
The lyric.
Is it more the content, the flow?
It's stupid. It don't make no fucking sense.
Okay.
That's what it is. Everybody want to sound like they from the country. I'm riding around through my hood, nigga. No, you're not.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this. I'm mad at the Diddy's, the Jay-Z's, the Kanye West's, the Drake's, the people that have control over this music business. They're not allowed the bullshit to come in, because they could have stopped it at any point given time. And that's what it is. And I feel a lot of this music is bullshit. I'm sorry. People may be like, you wrong. Hey, it's my opinion, baby.
You're never wrong for having an opinion.
It may be like, you wrong. This is good music. It's good music because let me tell you something. If DJs push real music on them, they would love it. But the DJs has pushed this bullshit on them because here's $1,000 because you play my shit. You can never push no bullshit on me. You can never push the Uzi Vert on me and think I'm gonna play that shit in my club. No, absolutely not. I don't even know what he said. His fucking whole verse, and you want me to play that for my people? Ignorance. I'm sorry, I can't do it. No. I blame the DJs. I blame the mainstream people that have control for letting this fucking music in.
Now, speaking of that, and speaking on just music itself, as far as the content, as far as the structure and everything, you definitely, in your own class, as far as that, putting the songs together, putting thought into it. I think that's where we're at when you were saying what you were saying. It's like, I love hearing somebody put the thought into it, like, and I know this is jumping over somewhere else to somebody else's song, but like, one song that comes to mind is "Rewind" by Nas.
Go ahead, brother.
It's like, I want to be pulled in. I want a story that's gonna keep me there, rather than it doesn't matter how they rhyme it. Like if there's nothing that's gonna reel me in, I'm gonna drift off in like 30 seconds, maybe even 15.
That's right.
I don't know, Jasper, what you think, man? Because I know your taste is eclectic as well, and you like a lot of dope music yourself, and
so
it tying in the
I'll
film.
Put it this way. This when I jog, I was listening to Nas this morning when I was jogging. Got yourself a gun, man. Like, Like real
Mm.
talk. Like I'm a hear. I want to hear the stories, man. I'm like for me, like I want to hear something. Like I really listen to the like for me, I'm like one that really listens to the lyrics because it's like call me weird, but I like to kind of hear. I like to kind of hear the artist talk from a spot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That that can possibly kind of tell me something. You know. And sometimes, man, believe it or not, you can hear it from the craziest of songs that doesn't that you don't think you would hear it from. Like literally, like even like Nas, like he has a really good way of doing this, uh, which like some people talk about Nas, Jay-Z, but it's like these are two guys. They both come from New York, mind you, but these are totally different lyricists right here. You know, like when you really listen to them closely, these guys are coming from different perspectives, and that's what makes it great,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. But like Nimrod said, like these cats now, these guys are just mumbling on a beat. Like they're not saying anything, and what's supposed to be their punchlines a lot of times don't have make sense. It's like, oh, that's a cat. Tom and Jerry, like what? So I
Yeah,
mean,
man. I think that's the difference too with having your own creative control as well. Being able to put out what you want and not somebody really being in your ear like, nah, you should say it like this and just make this sound in here instead of actually saying the word or something.
mm,
What do you think as far as that? Like as far as the process of doing something like that, and just a word to the artists out there. I always try to ask for, you know, um, to get a word to the artist that might be listening. Not so much as warning signs, but stuff to know to own, so that they they can keep their creative control and to be them, because that's really going to be the hardest thing to do is just really to be yourself.
You know what I tell artists? I work with I got my label Federal. I tell artists don't go with the flow, be the flow.
Right.
That's the best way I can describe it to you. Don't go with what's going on. Be you. Is that really who you are? Is that who you are because you've been that's been drilled into your mind for a year and a half? So that's what I tell them. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. Be better. When I hear artists, I don't want to hear what somebody else is doing. Show me something different. I had an artist that I was working with, two dumb bitches. Excuse my French. Um, they was like, oh, but this one is doing it, so I'm gonna follow right behind them. I said, what? I said, you think that's what makes me want to work with you? Because you sound like her. I'd rather go work with her because she got a following.
Mm.
So artists are stupid. A lot of artists nowadays are dumb. They think me following the trend is going to make me successful. It's not. Because if Meek Mills did this song and then you turn around and did the same thing Meek Mills did, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to listen to Meek. I'm going to go listen to Meek. I'm not going to listen to you. That's that. So, bottom line, I tell artists, man, don't go with the flow, man. Be the flow. Be you. You think out of the box. Is this who you really are as an artist? Or are you just following suit?
That makes complete sense. Something that was brought up not too long ago as well. His birthday, I think, maybe last month was about Jimi Hendrix. Um,
mm,
and I followed him, pretty much my whole life. I like just different genres of music itself, if that's what we want to call it. Which brings me to why I'm bringing him up, is because what he had mentioned was, as far as him playing what he wanted to play, that's all that he wanted to do. He even wanted to play the way how he wanted to play, playing a right hand guitar upside down, just
mm-hmm,
because he didn't have access to a left hand guitar. And not only that, like, playing a mixture between blues and rock, and what some songs can really be considered R&B. Now, as far as the lines and blurring the lines with, different things like even at awards and, just in general, like if we were to go into a Tower Records nowadays, like I haven't seen one. There might be still some, I don't know. But typically you could go in and just look by genre, as they say. In your opinion, as far as now and however many years ago, should some of the music be its own genre, or I don't know? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
If some of his music have his own genre, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, well, just because you know how you basically said that, okay, the music that you're hearing, like, this isn't New York rap. Like, maybe some people would just be like, oh, that's pop music. It was just like, oh, I didn't know. Like, I know it stands for, popular music, but it's really hard for me to even categorize it because, looking at what Jimi Hendrix was saying back then, it was just like, there's no such thing as a genre.
20 minutes, bro.
And
I'm
then,
calling you Queen to make this hit. Give me 20 minutes.
and then not only that, hip hop's not even a genre. It's a way of life.
Yeah,
So
it's a culture.
I'm just wondering where it fits myself. What do you think?
Um, how I feel? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm done. I'm trying to do 20 things at once. Give me 2 minutes, brother.
No,
I
no
just want
problem, brother. No problem.
to. I think everything has its own genre. First of all, when I talk about trap music, and I don't want people to get me wrong, so I took my glasses off so people can look me in my eyes and see. It's not that I don't like trap music, but I don't feel like that fits for New York. I don't think that's what he's raised on. I think everything has its place. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, I just feel like if that's what one person is doing, then let them do that. If this is what another person is doing, then let them do that. Either you accept it or you don't. That's it. Me, I don't accept. I've never accepted it, and it's been around for a couple of years. I don't accept New York people sounding like that. Do I accept down south people sounding like that? Yes, because they got that country swag. I can understand I'm talking about they've been in the trap. So I just feel like it does. Everybody has their place in this music.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like you need to conform to that because you think that's what's gonna get you a Grammy. It's not.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on
Right.
that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. It's just crazy with like with the classifications. The reason why I asked that is because there's several different award shows that have been popping up, and I think they got rid of Jasper. I don't know if you noticed if they got rid of just calling it urban music. Or just
Yeah,
using classifications like that.
yeah, because I guess powers that be was against the status quo of trying to define what's urban and what's not. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I think that's and what's amazing by it, it's like in the film categories, I could speak to how they've gotten a little creative with some of the categories and the names of it.
hmm
Uh, and I think the same thing can kind of probably work in the music world too. But like a lot of times, people are starting to say, "Hey, this is my creativity. I want it to be called this. Don't call it that. Call it this."
right. Nah, that
Yeah.
makes total sense. That definitely makes total sense. Um, so on the other side of that too, culturally and lyrically, do you think there's anywhere else in the world that complements the style of New York rap? Because it's like, regionally, I, you could be in any state. Like, for example, Jasper, like, you being in the DMV area, does that? I'm pretty sure it covers a certain type of sound.
Yes,
You got the
sir.
go go. You got
Yes,
the
sir.
the
It's go go all
Baltimore.
day around here, man.
Right. So like it's even Virginia, DC, and Maryland, and that's it kind of encompasses the sound, but it differs a little bit. So, in your opinion, as far as New York hip hop, where else would you say probably complements the style or it just fits together good?
Alaska. I
Alaska.
was I was talking to a couple of artists in Alaska.
Okay.
They're very big on New York. I was actually going to make my way down there in the next 2 months. But Alaska, y'all better get up on Alaska. Them
Mm.
artists down there, I met two artists down there. My dude Rage and my dude Controversy. Fucking animals. I don't know if I can curse, but
No,
excuse
you
my.
good. You
You
good.
good?
Them two are animals. I was gonna pick them up and put them on federal, and they got Alaska down there jumping, and they're making good music. They're not making trap music. They're making good music, and um, Alaska's small.
Hmm.
Everybody, well, I don't know if you know, but everybody know everybody. They got older people jumping to their music,
That's how it's
and I
supposed
got
to
the
be.
first.
Wow.
So Alaska, Controversy, have check them boys out. They're a problem.
Dope.
We might have to
Yeah,
get
I'm
them
I'm
on here.
definitely I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They should definitely
Yeah.
swing by too. You know, that's dope. That's big.
And
Shout them out.
Havoc is a white boy.
Okay.
Controversy is a black dude. Havoc is white. And they're not like a group. They're individual artists.
Hmm.
They're a problem. Problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna look them up and check them out. Throw them in the playlist. You know, keep it going. Speaking of playlists and stuff and whatnot, you mentioned one of my favorite storytellers as well, Slick Rick the Ruler.
Right.
Wow, you know, bedtime story. I think is probably one of the most famous stories amongst people. But that's not all of the stories that he had. Like, I mean, you got that. You got Lottie Dottie. Even when him and Dougie Fresh did the show, I mean, it's still, you know, in a way that it's them controlling the crowd. You know, you got to have a story and everything like that. So I guess really getting to my point, as far as live performances, you know, and putting your on the live performances and stuff like that. I seen that you really would be putting in work normally. You know, 8 shows a month. How does that? I don't even know what to ask with that, but doing 8 shows a month, that's really putting in work. And you know, as far as preparation and everything like that, like I mean, is it? Do you double up on rehearsals, or you just kind of just do the mental exercise? You know, like when you're driving or when you're walking
I
or
have a
something like that.
studio. I have a studio that I rehearse. That's my studio. I have a personal studio in Jersey, and I rehearse. To know your craft, you know, if you're doing any kind of work, you want to be you want to be great at what you do. I don't know how to do anything else but be great at what I do. So constantly I'm working on great stage performances, making sure I interact with the crowd, making sure my crowd is part of my performance. Things that they would say. Whether I'd be like, "Can I get a hell yeah?" You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm in the crowd and I hear a Jay-Z or because I'm a fan of different artists say, "Can I get a hell yeah?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So it's little things that you do as an artist, try to get people involved with what you're doing, and that's what I try to do with my music. So
Right, right.
just work, just gotta work. If you want to be great at anything you do, you gotta put a little work into it.
Absolutely, because you know getting that nod, it's like the same thing that bikers do when bikers pass each other. It's like that nod of respect, and when you can connect with somebody like that, you know, regardless whatever you do, there's power in that, man. There's huge power in that. You know, they let you know that they're feeling it from the jump. But you know, digressing on the point, man, like I wanted to jump into what you have coming down the pipeline right now, like as far as projects. If you're gonna be doing any more visuals, if you're doing film, we're very interested, and we definitely want to keep checking out what you got going on.
I got my EP dropping called Educated Music. It comes out November 5th. I got about 7 videos done. I damn, I got a video done for every song on the EP except one. After that, I got Educated Doug Music coming in February. On wu-tang PYN, wu-tang Management PYN Records. I'm one of their newest artists signed to them.
Congratulations.
I got the W behind me. Then after that, I'm gonna be in the studio, which I'm about to start being in the studio with Vinny Idol. Me and Vinny Idol, we're gonna do an EP together. He's gonna host it, and every beat is his beat. So that's gonna be crazy. And then after that, I got my main album, like album, not an EP, that's gonna be dropping sometime next year. We got Rick Ross on it. Shout out to the boy Rick Ross. I'm a Black Bottle boy, so I'm sponsored behind that. But it got Rick Ross, it got Mary J, it got Jim Jones, it got Nino Brown on it, and I'm looking to get Bruno Mars on that. Then after that, hopefully everything will be set in stone, which it is already set in stone. I'm going to be in New Jack City too. Shout out to Duo. I mean, not Duo. Shout out to Mello. He's the writer on that movie. So I'm going to be in New Jack City too. Look out for me on that. I'll be doing my acting thing. And I'm also going to be in a movie called Unnecessary Evil, where they talk about Supreme. I'm playing Supreme from Queens. If anybody knows Supreme is Queen, I'm going to be playing his part. So, one of the main actors. And then I do have a song that's going to be in the new Mike Tyson movie with Jamie Foxx. So
that's big.
I'm working.
Yeah, hell yeah, you working. That's big. That's big.
Sure,
Congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I also heard that I think a lot of us seen it already. Wesley Snipes said that he's definitely not coming back for that one.
No, he's not coming back for the New Jack City one. It's not really talking about the New Jack City 2. It really the original person, G Money, is a real G Money that was locked up, and they used G Money's role, G Money's who he was, to put in that movie. He's going to be directing a movie along with Mello. So they're really going to be taking it from a G Money aspect.
Okay.
Of how G Money first came up in the business and all that. So again, I'm going to be part of that, and I'm really excited about that. Little acting, and some of my songs are going to be in the soundtrack.
That's real dope. That's real dope.
Nice.
That's real dope. I'm glad that even if we weren't the first where you broke that here, I'm glad you did that.
Well, listen, you guys are the first because I don't announce anything till they confirm, and I got to confirm it a couple of days ago, and then you guys are my next interview. So you are the first. Yeah, So I like that.
Much appreciated. Hey, much appreciated. Y'all heard that? So from November on, y'all go ahead and follow. Like, comment, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up on the screen so that y'all can see it. And there you have it right there. You have the Twitter, you have the Instagram, you have the Facebook, and what else am I missing? YouTube. You got all the information right there. Make sure you guys, hit it up. Go check it out. Check it out. That's what we're doing. So, hey, one of the things that I wanted to bring up too was as far as your inception, coming into this and everything. So you mentioned some people from the Diplomats and everything. You had close ties with Max B, of course, too, right?
Oh, Max B is my brother, man. Without Max B, there would be no Nymrod. You understand what I'm saying? He's the one that brought me into this music business and got me going, and I love him, my brother. I write him every other week. You know what I mean? I try to get a lot of information from him to build me up as an artist, and he will be home soon. We're talking about like the end of this year,
Hmm.
if not the beginning of next year. And I'm excited. I miss my brother, man. I wouldn't have learned the business if it wasn't for him. So shout out to Max B.
Yeah, big shout out to Max B. That's real dope, man. That's really dope. So
And shout out to Jim too.
yeah,
Jim Jones. Jim is my bro. He's gonna be on my main album. The voice of God. So shout out to Jim Jones too. It ain't no beef between them. There's nothing but love between them. I want to clear that up too.
great
They
to
got
hear.
nothing but love for each other. So shout out to Dipset. Shout out to 730 Dipset. Shout out to Bird Gang. We all one too. It's all love, man.
That is great to hear. That's great to hear. And I mean, as far as just a team, just as far as a unit, to align yourself to learn stuff from, that's really dope. Having somebody in your corner, somebody to, in a way to put you under their wing and to really show you the ropes. I think that's very important, no matter what it is that you do. And somebody that's going to show you how to do it right too, that has your best interest. So very dope, very dope. So in closing too, is there a word that you want to get out to the people, uh, as far as things that we didn't mention right now? Just to give them a little something, or just maybe a final word.
Um, I just want to tell people, man, get used to me. I'm not going nowhere. A lot of people wanted to see my downfall when it comes to music, or just wanted me out of the way and tried everything that they in their power to destroy me. And all it did was make me focus more. So I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be around, whether it's to piss people off or whatever like that. When it comes to this music, I'm an icon. You understand me? I'm different. I'm a businessman. I'm a boss. So get in tune with Nimrod. If you don't know how to spell my name, I'm Googleable. Google me, baby. That's my word. Please don't use my word unless you're going to pay me. I'm Googleable. You can Google me. Nimrod, Nymrod. I'm God's gift, and I'm the voice of God. Understand me? So just get used to me. Embrace me. Love me, baby. Love me. That's all.
Hey,
That's all
brother,
I got.
I love the energy, man. I love the energy. We definitely gonna keep it going. Um, and I'm definitely gonna update my playlist. I got a couple of playlists for a
Please do
couple of the
send me an
songs you
email or
have.
something like that. I send you all the new good music. The music is so good.
Oh, most
So
def,
good. I'm different. I'm different, baby. Different.
most def. Hey Jasper, you got anything else, brother?
Not much on my end, man. Just keep on doing your thing, and I know you will, man. Um,
Thank you, King.
looking forward to the appearances too, man. And
Coming,
Jack
baby.
and Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That soundtrack. He putting it together. I got a crazy song on there. I'm not even gonna let y'all know who's on the hook. All I'm gonna tell you is his name starts with a J and he's white. So you put it together.
Mm,
But he's doing the hook for me.
mm.
He's singing. He's an actor and he's
Oh,
a singer. And he
I
used to
know
be
who you
part of a
talking
group.
about.
And
yeah,
his name starts with a J. He did a song. He did two songs. He did two songs with the Hustle Man himself. Y'all
yeah,
know who the Hustle Man is.
Mm-hmm.
You
yeah.
understand me? Y'all know who the Hustle Man is. Rubber Band Man. He did two songs with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ti, white boy,
Yeah.
and I got him on my hook for the Mike Tyson joint.
Nice.
Super dope.
Okay,
Really.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Just leave it there.
Hey,
Y'all, y'all,
we
y'all
gonna
put it
keep our
together.
ear to the ground for that one. 'Cause I already know who you talking about.
Sir.
Y'all put it together.
Hey man,
Okay.
you drive safe out there in the New York streets, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
baby, I'm out here, man.
You
Driving
drive.
around this new Benz. You understand me? Look, let me show you. I wish I could turn the camera around so I could see what this look like. It's all lit up in here.
I can
You
smell the new
understand me?
car smell from all the way over here through the
Yeah,
microphone.
man.
Pretty in here, baby. You understand me? Yeah. But yeah, thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for having me. I love it. Y'all are amazing with the interviewing. I love it. I'm so comfortable. I feel like I'm at home on my couch with my feet up. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, we appreciate you for taking the time, especially right after a video shoot. And this man was in here
Oh yeah.
early. He was in here early. He was in here before I was in here. You know
I
that
made sure
speaks
I'm on time,
volumes.
baby. Hey, listen. That's the thing about a lot of these upcoming artists. They don't know about being punctual. No, listen. Nobody ain't gonna wait for you. You gotta be on time for people.
You
You
got to beat the
understand?
janitor to work, man.
Exactly. You gotta be a businessman, man. You know, a lot of these artists, I'm getting a little money. I can get the fuck out of here. Respect somebody else's. You know what my engineer said? He's my artist and my engineer. He said, respect my time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? Respect my time. And that's some real shit. So I
Hey,
respect y'all time. You understand me?
straight up. Absolutely. And we
Absolutely.
appreciate yours, man. We appreciate
But
yours.
and I just want to give a big shout out, man, to everybody, man, that's supporting Nymrod and Federal District. Shout out to my new members of Federal District, City, Niche, Durga, Stack City, King Flow, always been there. Shout out to everybody that's supporting me. Shout out to my label, PYN, wu-tang Management, Wu-Tang. Shout out to my PR, MJ, Federal's PR, Natalie, Sean, A&R. Shout out to everybody, man, that's working. Shout out to you, gentlemen, man, and God bless, man. And I hope everybody get a chance and make it through this COVID shit, man. Please stay safe.
Absolutely. Absolutely, indeed. You can have a good night, brother, and you drive safe out there.
Thank you, King. I'll talk to you later, babies.
Peace.
All right.